Hi, Cynthia Allen here, and this is the third and final segment or installment in this current series of the shoulder, arms, neck. I'd like to teach you a process from Ruthy Alon's work in movement intelligence, and specifically one I learned as part of the Bones for Life training and teach there. It's a really lovely pattern of kind of crawling on your back, and I think of it as allowing me to use the massage, the floor as my own personal massage therapist. So I think you'll really like it. In this particular one, we're actually going to tie it also to the pelvis and even into your pattern of walking, so that you're going to get a little bigger, more global bang for the buck for what we're playing with. So of course you're going to need a mat, and come to lie down. And as you're lying here, just take a moment first to sense your contact with the ground. This is something that we normally would spend a few minutes with, just feeling what's heavy, what's light, how your arms are lying right now, and comparing the sensation between the right and the left arm, between the right shoulder blade and the left shoulder blade. Also across the back of your pelvis. Maybe you press more heavily into the right or the left side, or into one foot, one heel or the other. This gives you something to compare to later if you're not really sure what's changing out of these kinds of lessons. Then learning to pay attention at the beginning and then comparing it to the end can be helpful. And then draw one foot towards that sitting bone, the knee straight towards the ceiling in line with the shoulder, and then the other foot towards the other sitting bone. Again, knee towards the ceiling as you draw it up. Instead of going in that frog leg pattern you've seen me do before, now we're going to go in the pattern of walking. Okay, so one thing that we learned in a prior video was this idea of reaching with the arm and turning the shaft of the arm and then slowly lowering it. And we played around with some options there. We're going to actually build off of that today. Turning again the entire shaft of the arm, the thumb is going towards the knee. But today what we're going to be doing is we're going to actually reach with the arm, and when that shoulder blade comes off the ground, so in this case reaching with the left, then we're going to be able to move the shoulder blade up kind of in a little bit of a rotary, a rotational or half arc movement out to the side to land closer to the ear. And then again we reach and we can bring it back to where it was before, and then we can reach and spiral and take it down closer to the hip. We'll try that with the right. Bring your right arm into the air, reach, spiral the arm, bring the shoulder up closer to the air, land it in that new patch of floor. Reach, spiral, bring it back to where it was at. When you land, the hand gets soft, kind of turns a little in towards the face. Reach, take the shoulder blade down towards the feet or the hip, and again, land and look at the hand. Okay, so we're going to be doing this now in a walking rhythm pattern. One arm is doing one thing, the other arm is doing the other. So you're about to get a little bit of a brain tease. And you can start to walk your shoulder blades up towards the ears, and then back towards the middle, and then down towards the feet. And this is a video that you're watching on the internet, so I know you're not likely to spend a lot of time watching the video, but you really need to take some time to play with this and really explore for yourself. How can I coordinate this? This seems like a pretty challenging process for many people, so really pause and take your time. Now we're going to start to tie in the feet. Now where the feet stand are important because we're getting ready to press through one foot and then the other. And it's different to press through your feet when they're a long ways away or when they're way out to the side. You get very different motions. We're looking for a very solid spot where when you press through the left foot, it helps you raise the left buttock and lean on the right. And then when you press through the right foot, it helps you raise the right buttock and you're leaning on the left. We're not pressing on one and going immediately into bridge. Really try to allow the other buttock to rest on the ground. This is so key, because this motion right here is an important motion that in walking that gets dropped out for many people. When you keep the knees more or less towards the ceiling, as opposed to letting them flop way over, as you do that movement, you're actually turning the pelvis in such a way that the socket of the hip joint is rolling around the ball of the femur or the thigh bone. And that freedom in the hip socket is a major requirement for a good pattern in walking. So first we just want to get clear about being able to lift one side of the pelvis and the other, but powering it from the foot. Powering it from the foot. And for now, keeping the knees more or less towards the ceiling. Okay? But now we want to be able to navigate a little bit with that. So you press the left foot, that brings the left buttock off the ground. You're going to tuck it up closer to your left shoulder and land it in a new patch of ground. Press the right foot, bring it up, land it closer to the right shoulder. Press the left foot, bring the hip down where it came from. Press the right foot, bring the hip down where it came from. Press the left foot, take it down closer to the left foot. Press the right foot, take it down closer to the right foot. So we're able to go to our neutral spot, or where we started. We're able to go up closer to the shoulders with the rump, and we're able to come back to neutral, and we're able to go one step down. Okay, so that's not complicated enough. We need to add a little more challenge to this. So we're going to bring the arms into the air, and we're going to start to actually do the arm movement and the hip movement at the same time, so that when the left hip is up, the left shoulder is up. Okay, when the right hip is up, the right shoulder is up. And I'm looking at the hand that comes down in front of my face. Now right now all I'm doing is crawling or walking on my back in the pattern, if you could say, of crawling or walking, but I'm not actually moving in any new territory, and I actually want to move to the bottom of my mat. So now when I have the left arm into the air and the left hip up, I'm going to land them both down towards the bottom of the mat. And I can repeat this. As I get closer to my heels, I'm going to need to start to lift my feet. And so I'm getting closer and closer to the bottom of the mat. Can take a break anytime I want, of course. You should not be doing anything that causes you discomfort, so please back off if it's causing you discomfort. And then we could reverse, and we can start to head back towards the top of the mat. We can bring our feet along with us, or you can leave your feet behind so that eventually you are lying with your legs long. Either one is a good choice. You get to choose. I'm going to go for legs long. And now I'm long. Everything is stretched out. When you get to that place, just pause. Let your arms come down to lie beside your body. And take a moment to check in with what's changed in your contact with the ground, in the shoulder blades, both sides of the pelvis, both feet. Maybe just notice your breath for a moment or two. And then let that go. When you're ready, roll through your side up to sitting. And then take a moment in sitting just to feel and sense what's different about how your shoulder blades are hanging, your collarbones, or you're sitting on your pelvis. I think you'll really enjoy this. If you have any difficulties with it, say the day after, then just do tiny little amounts of it. Just maybe move in place. Don't even move up and down, or just do one aspect of it, and slowly work your way into doing the entire pattern. This is really such a small snippet of what's available for you in somatic education. As a Feldenkrais practitioner, I offer private sessions with both hands-on and verbal instruction. That's incredibly powerful. Group classes are not these 5-minute videos, but 45-minute and 60 minutes. And there's a richness of what can happen in that kind of length of time that just can't happen in 5 or 10 minutes. So I hope that you will check out those kinds of learning opportunities, either online or in person. You can do those through feldenkrais.com, or you can contact me about what your options are to continue to explore with me. Also, this particular item I said came from Movement Intelligence. You can find that at movementintelligence.org. And the Bones for Life, Walk for Life, these teachers of this kind of work are very valuable as well. They offer group classes, but also could individualize a particular session for you privately. Again, you could also do these kinds of things with me online or in person here in Cincinnati. So there's a lot of options, and I hope you keep in touch with me, in tune, pass this information on to other people so other people can also get the help that they need in their lives, and let's all just keep moving together. Thank you.